Hey, what's up? It's Tom. I don't know why I always open like that, like I'm like a weird alien person. How's it going? Got a quickie one with Mike. Stop by. We're gonna talk about The Good Place, the television program on NBC. But we like barely did, and we just started like spiraling into like philosophy and ethics, and then for some reason like finances and politics. I guess those are all kind of linked together, but that's where it turned into. It just kind of went in that direction. So we actually don't really talk about the show. We're like, oh, we'll spoil it. We spoil like the kind of the thing of the first season, but like we don't really get into the show, unfortunately. But yeah, this one's kind of like all over the fucking place. So I don't know if I'm gonna really do time codes because like it's kind of just a circular like politics and then finance stuff and economics and fucking other politics or like Marxism or whatever, and just like or fucking I don't even know why it happened because like I normally never even really talk about that stuff because I'm so stupid. Like I don't know any of this stuff. I just kind of I guess you're just kind of unpacking stuff and like the philosophy of things and all that stuff. So it was really weird. But I also don't really know much about philosophy, so I don't even know how it like went down that road, but it did, and it was all right. I think maybe it's a nightmare. It might be a nightmare. Hard to say. I have a we talk about like this thing, this like I guess it's a game technically speaking. Within the show at one point. I will have that link down there. I found it, so I will have it linked in the description stuff. And then I think other than that, I has an email from a listener, so I'm gonna read it because I should do that. Let's hear what other people have to say. I'm just an asshole at the microphone. If you have things to say, email the show at yourbrainontom@gmail.com. So we have from John, friend of the show. Subject line: Parasite greater than Devilman. Parasite is basically an upgraded version of Devilman with a better focus. Storylines are basically parallel, but Parasite is non-retarded, and the anime is better. Don't at me, angry kabuki face. So there you go. Watch Parasite. I downloaded it on my phone because I have this like app on iOS. I don't know if it's on Android, but it's on iOS for sure. Manga Storm, and like it's 100% like crazy illegal, and I don't know how it's still around, but like don't tell anyone. I think it's because no one gives a shit about manga in this country, so because there's no comic version of it, it like just like reads manga for some reason. I don't know why it doesn't make any sense. I guess manga is only done in JPEG, so it's just a JPEG reader, but I digress. Yeah, so like I just downloaded onto there. I recommend if you have iOS, Manga Storm. It's wonderful. But yeah, so I downloaded Parasite. I will be reading it. It's really short. It's only like 60-something chapters. I didn't realize how short it was. So I remember when the anime came out, everyone was like losing their mind about it. Well, I say everyone, but really what I mean is A was losing their mind over it, which is my only real connection to the greater anime community. Yeah, other than that, there's this one. I hope you enjoy it. It's a little, I don't know if like, I don't normally get political, so I don't know if we were like being like rude or obnoxious or anything. And like, we weren't like, no one got angry or anything like that, so that was interesting. We just kind of like talked like how does this thing work? Like, there was a lot of questions but no answers because we're dumb. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to email the show again, yourbrainontom.gmail.com. I gotta buy a website so I can just fucking say the website. I keep trying to say the website, but it's not a website because it doesn't exist yet. Because they're expensive. Yourbrainontom@gmail.com, and let me know if we're stupid or if we said something completely wrong. We start getting to cryptocurrency, which I'm definitely sure we got wrong. Everything else I'm not sure, but yeah, feel free, email the show. I'll read your shit on here if it's a thing. Might as well. Voices from the crowd or something. I don't know. I should probably name that segment. Yeah, so do that. Enjoy this. Tell me I was wrong. Threaten. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Also, I just got an Instagram. I don't know how it works, so I think you can just look up my name. So just Thompson Cora. I'm probably the only one. Oh, that's my phone. Oh my god, I hate everyone I talk to. Yes, I have no idea how it works. So Thompson Cora, I guess. Just look that up and you can find me. I don't know how to tell you to link it or anything like that. Because normally I just have an Ironic be my name for everything, but like I didn't, and it kind of just automatically linked with my Facebook, and like I don't know how to not do that, and it was weird. I'm like an old person, and it was stressful. But now I have one. I posted one picture, and I just follow like Pale Waves and anime. You know, the things I do in life. And people I know personally. And Power Rangers stuff, actually. But that's about it. So, oh, and kind of funny. So yeah, those things. So I guess a lot. What was I gonna say? That's it. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go watch Pacific Rim while this uploads. So enjoy.
This is your brain. And this
is your brain on Tom.
But like never intersecting.
Yeah. So
It's just what it is.
yeah, we're recording now.
I know.
So
I can see it. The distracting
I know.
sound waves are over there.
But yeah, so here we are, episode 41, I think.
I don't know.
I don't know. You're not the
I don't count.
the biggest fan in the world following everything.
Number one.
But yeah, here we are. Mike's back. How are you?
Whoa, I'm good.
Looking like Larry King.
Yeah, I am wearing a tie, a little loose. Button-up shirt. Yeah, well, I was going to get there.
Oh.
Button-up shirt, sleeves, rolled up twice actually. Watch, big old watch, and suspenders.
Did
and
he
glasses.
wear a watch?
I don't know. I think so. Maybe not. But it looks good with these rolled up sleeves.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise
say.
you look like just like some 50s reporter or something.
Yeah, I don't know. The watch helps. The watch is kind of fashionable. The watch was actually too big for me. If you can see on the end here, I had to cut it. I did my best to make it curved, but it is shitty looking.
I
like
also
the watch.
can't wear watches because they're generally too big for me.
Yeah, just these little dainty,
I have little dainty lady wrists. Yeah, that's exactly what I said when I got that watch.
Oh my god!
Because remember when
you gotta get those manly wrists like the Dead Rising guy,
Frank West,
the manliest wrists around.
He has fucking Coke can wrists.
I only say that because in the game you pull his sleeve up.
Right,
You can see his giant wrists.
The watch is an important mechanic.
Right, the watch is an important. I do love the mundane important things in video games.
I just love the mundane important things.
Yeah.
Such as the greatest show on television, The Good Place.
There's nothing mundane about the good
No,
place.
all the things that send you to the bad place, super mundane.
Oh, well,
like
yeah. Well,
using
you could also
Facebook
do
as a
genocide.
verb.
I love that. Have you
Being
like
the
paused it and looked through that? Oh my
Being
god.
the first, what was the one?
wait, major The Good Place spoilers.
Oh, yeah,
'cause
they're
we've
coming.
Seen,
They're coming.
We've seen the whole thing, both of us.
Yeah, but like the like when they're in the museum, it's like fucking like the first guy to have dreads and call frisbee ultimate.
Oh my god, that was so great! Like, yeah, that was like a major offense.
Yeah.
So
or
great.
Like the one where they're talking about Jason, and he's like, well, he's also from Florida, so he was already just done. He was going to the bad place no matter what. And or like the or like or the French, they always go to the bad place.
Yeah.
But like you could steal bread or steal a baguette, which is more points because you're closer to the French. Like, just stupid shit. I love that show so much.
Yeah, but what's funny is it seems like now the next season they're gonna look at the system. That's what they're gonna like lampoon their own morality system and like.
Dude, I've been so on this moral kick since watching it.
It's
think
so
about it
crazy.
all the time.
I think it's gonna make. I hope it's gonna make people better people because it's such like a fun presentation of moral philosophy. Yeah. It's like.
It's what I was on Twitter and someone was calling the new Queer Eye show wholesome.
That's new?
The new one? They're remaking it.
Oh yeah, I saw it on Hulu.
It's on Netflix. Yeah. With a new group of people. I don't remember the original cast, but Dad says they're new. Apparently the people who did the original one were like famous or like they're famous now.
Yeah.
The show did so well. So it's 5 new dudes. 6 new dudes? I think 5. But like, yeah, someone was watching like, this show is so wholesome. Now my new fair way to describe things.
Oh my god, dude, where have you been? Reddit has been all over that since wholesome memes became like a booming subreddit.
Oh, okay.
It's just like it's the opposite of like me IRL.
No,
do you know that subreddit?
I don't, but I can assume it.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's just like depressing things is like that's me, like because you say like same, like when someone says like, oh my god, I want to be dead. The millennials are like same.
Yeah.
That's me IRL. And then I think I feel wholesome memes is a counterpoint. Spend too much time on Reddit. I'm weighing the dynamics. But yeah, I love it. It's just the cutest shit. Yeah, it's adorable.
I love calling things wholesome. Like Kirby, wholesome as fuck.
Kirby's the most wholesome thing.
Did you see that thing I retweeted?
I don't know. I'm following all the Kirby Twitters now.
The best. If you want to feel a wholesome life, if you want to feel wholesome, you
start reading off fucking ats to follow because you are gonna fill the void with Kirby, baby.
But yeah, I retweeted one thing where it was like Kirby's description, and it was so wholesome. It felt so good.
His I don't know what it is, but it's like he's proud of you.
Yeah,
like, it wasn't even about Kirby.
No,
they made it about you and how much he loves you.
It was about you, and he's just glad that
Kirby.
you're around.
He really is. He's just
he was like
a pretty jolly guy, I believe.
Yeah, and it was something to the effect of like, things might be hard, but you got it or something. I'm gonna find the exact thing.
Just adorbs.
There's just so many Kirby gifs. I love it.
I was gonna say too much, but that's factually inaccurate. There can be no such thing as too much Kirby content. Please share
Kirby
with
is
the
super
guests.
proud of you, and he understands that some days things are hard, and he believes in you, and just knows you'll do great. Just keep trying. You are Kirby's hero. Kirby!
Answer me. I showed you my Puyo Puyo. That's great. I was another one I saw. It was like just referring to your Puyo Puyo.
He's so adorable.
You know.
But yeah, Good Place. Fucking wholesome as shit.
Fucking wholesome as shit. That is a wholesome show because they're just trying to like.
They're trying to
it
be
feels
better.
like they're trying to make you better people by like watching it. I just feel like there's some weird. Like they want you to have that moment where you're like, is this the bad place?
Oh,
like
yeah.
they want that to be in real life. I
definitely had that all the time.
I definitely had that feeling after seeing that episode. I was like, wait a minute.
So like, weird thing about me as a young baby, used to think about weird philosophy things like that all the time.
I think I did too. I think so. I think that might be common, but
it?
you just sort of. I don't know. I'm just saying like, because I feel like I did too, and I feel like as you grow up. Maybe you just don't have time to think about that kind of thing anymore, but you've got like nothing.
I also wonder if it's
time
because
when
of
you're
how
young.
much of you being new to life.
Yeah, so you're trying to work it out for the first time, and then once you land on an imperfect solution, you just be like, okay, that's what it is. Whatever, I'll move on.
I don't know if this is.
So you just hold on to your first established position. And you don't like revisit those things, but I feel like I did too.
Like I don't know if I'm going to be able to describe this correctly, but when you were younger, did you ever have like shotgun moments of being alive?
Yeah,
Where you're like, holy
that's the
fuck,
best, dude.
I'm alive.
Yeah,
and like having to I used to have that a lot more as a kid.
That's the bomb diggityest description of that.
I can't think of another way to describe it, but it's like just like holy shit, I'm alive.
Like, what is
you were just
going
overwhelmed
on
with emotion
out
all of a sudden.
here?
No emotion I can describe, which is why I'm saying shotgun. Because it's just everything at once hits you.
I would call it awe, A-W-E.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like
yeah,
looking at a fucking
it would never even be from something. I could be sitting quietly in my room and just like,
but I'm saying like
shit.
the closest thing is like seeing something amazing.
Yeah,
it's
but it only happened when super mundane nothing was happening. Like you're just sitting in your room playing with toys and you're like, fucking holy shit, I'm a
here
person.
we are. Like
what is
I'm in this bitch? Yeah, there was I remember that happening when I was young, and then like a little bit somewhere in college.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess maybe it was my first the first philosophy class I took. I shouldn't have taken. I should not have been able to take it. I needed the prereq of like the 101, but I didn't take it. I just fucking flew into metaphysics.
Whoa.
It was insane, dude. I was like,
how did you loophole that one?
The system let me because I register. You register online.
Yeah.
I just like, that's like I need a philosophy credit that does the base philosophy.
It's like a 300 level class or something.
I don't even know what it was. It was like whatever, maybe 200. I don't know. It was called philosophy and reality.
Whoa.
Because the word metaphysics turned so many people off.
That's
they
hilarious.
didn't do the class, so they changed it to philosophy and reality. And I was like joining. I was like, I hope this is metaphysics. And I get there and he goes, this is metaphysics. But people don't join the class if you call it that.
Oh, I would have joined it more because of
absolutely. That's why I joined philosophy and reality. It was fucking insane. And here's what I've learned. We don't know anything, and we never will. When we die, the thing that happens after is we will be very surprised.
Yeah,
it'll be completely who the fuck knows.
No, I used to think so. Like when I was younger,
there's no fucking chance we know any.
So I remember having this very clear moment where this happened. So we were driving and like something happened, and Mom had to jerk the car real quick, and I was like, "What if we just died there, and everything from here on is my brain kind of recreating what, like, just like a way to ease me into it. Later, I find out that's the whole like Squall is dead theory. People have like actually established that more.
People think about that a lot. I feel like,
but I was like, that'd be really interesting if like I've just been in the afterlife this whole time, and like my brain's just slowly and like,
boy, it's taken a long fucking time to get you there.
Yeah, I know. And like, or like it just like the afterlife is just like it's just another reality. Like that. Yeah,
you just keep offshooting reality.
Yeah, exactly. You just keep going different realities.
But like the way we observe this
then where's it end
this phase, because like there's an end point to like it couldn't keep just veering off because like everyone gets old enough to die.
Here's
eventually.
the weird thing too. How do we even know there is an endpoint?
Well, what do you mean? I'm saying like
we don't.
I guess
all I can really say is what I'm experiencing, and like I've never died.
No, I've never died, but I can observe aging, and I see, and like the people that die the most that I can like witness that happening to is like old people.
Right.
So I guess like.
Well, you're just putting one and one together.
Right.
But like
you have to like derive something from the data you have.
You're just deriving it, but like you have no actual way of knowing that.
Right. But from what I'm perceiving, like we couldn't just keep veering off into different paths and living forever, like because.
How do you know your perception is the real one?
No, of course I don't know. You couldn't convince me that it's real or false, and that's the heart of metaphysics. You can't convince anyone in any direction because there's nothing to work with because we cannot perceive anything beyond. I mean, we're getting there a little bit. We can see infrared now. We can see.
Oh no!
Like
we can
with technology.
I thought you meant our eyes. I was like, when did our eyes
evolve? That would be fucking crazy. No, but like because I'm just saying like. The way we interface with reality is so fucking limited compared to like what.
Oh yeah,
we have no idea what we're missing. But there's probably so much more.
Well, it's so crazy.
It probably like I'm not probably, but it might make sense at the top. Like we're just we're just so vastly insignificant.
I mean, something I was thinking about the other day is like, so I listen to all these podcasts that take place in California. I've never been there. Well, I've been there when I was a little kid, but I don't remember it. So for all I know, that doesn't even exist.
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
They're just fucking they're making all that shit up the fire. That the whole
I don't know.
Person.
I've never seen it.
Well, I drove across the whole rigmarole, so I feel confident. I know a continental.
I'm certain that it's there, but like it's there's no way to like.
You're not certain it's there.
I guess I've
been there and I'm not certain it's there.
Yeah, it's weird. And also, the other thing that's weird too is like when you travel. Like if you're on a plane, you just go open a metal box.
You're trusting.
You just
trust. That's flat earther talk that they just take you in circles and they just bring you back like a little ways away.
I'm not saying that the world's like flat, but like
no, I know, but you could your perception is so limited that you have to trust other people and like make some assumptions about the universe. To like get any working practical understanding.
Cool. I don't know. It's weird.
It is cool. Like we're like one organism basically.
Yeah, exactly. You have to trust another person.
You definitely need other people. You couldn't leave a baby in the jungle and like he'd be all right.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way. Unless you could like figure out how to drink from a coyote nipple.
But also, if you just walked away, you would have no fucking idea if it did work.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
because some miracle could happen, and we could have a Tarzan in our hands.
Leave cameras in the. Yeah, I mean, what is it? Wolves that raise Tarzan? It's a little far fetched.
No,
but
gorillas. That was wolves raised.
No, I'm pretty sure
Mowgli.
Mowgli. Oh yeah. Oh right, Tarzan does have like a gorilla family.
He's a gorilla family.
That makes so much more sense.
So much more sense.
Like
they might even be equipped to actually raise.
Yeah, you might be able to nurse from that.
Yeah.
Like I mean, we can drink cow's milk. Tell you if you acclimate as a baby.
No, because like
that'd have to be a real tough fucking baby to survive through that initial like shock of no human touch. We're living with gorillas.
Yeah.
This is the milk I gotta drink. Holy shit! That's
the nutrients in
iron hard baby
in a human breast, or like the milk from a human nursing is like full of actual things you need to survive. So I don't know if like a gorilla's nursing would also have that. But maybe it would,
I mean,
we're close.
I would assume that's the closest thing besides chimpanzee milk that we could get to human milk.
Because like we can drink cow milk, but you can't feed a baby cow milk and survive.
You can't.
But also, cow milk is also pasteurized, so it wouldn't have the shit in it.
I'm wondering if it just straight up, like a baby was raised. God, man, we would make terrible scientists in a country with no moral ethics. We'd be like, yo, put the baby on the cow nipple.
Well, someone's got to figure that out.
Just drunk as hell. Like, yo, put the babies on every nipple.
We got to figure out which one works.
We got to see what nipples work in the event of mama loss.
I mean, you got to like think about like how people figured out we could drink milk from cows.
Oh, that guy was a
savage. Like, how did he know? What did he have to do?
He's a dirty man. You know what he had to do. You saw that big full udder, and he's like, I just want to taste. And went for it.
He was obviously white, because only white people are that fucking crazy. He's a white dude.
Of course. I mean, yeah. Those animals, that climate.
Yeah.
Just white dudes out there.
White people are crazy.
Drink a milk out of
So I started watching ASMR again. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay.
To the unfamiliar, it's
like
tingly noises.
It sounds that give you tingly feelings. It's all white people. Generally attractive white women.
Yeah, well, because that's what people want to listen to.
That's what I'm there for.
So who isn't? I don't listen.
Although there's actually this one dude who never speaks, and he's phenomenal at it.
What does he just crinkle shit?
He just crinkle shit and tap shit,
That's
but like he's good
nutty.
at it.
I've never.
I don't know how you get good at it.
I've never gotten it to work for me super well. Maybe I felt it for like a second.
Yeah, I do too. I just have usually a second. Actually, one weird thing too is the one girl who has like millions of views on her channel. She doesn't even feel it.
Weird.
I'm like, how did you even know this existed?
She just has someone who can like bounce
It must be,
feedback
right?
off.
'Cause,
You're
like, yeah,
this
like-
is working. This is working.
Yeah, it must
nice,
be.
Nice.
I mean, obviously she has all these views, so clearly it's working. People understand that.
Well, I'm
but
just saying,
like,
how'd she figure out she could do it?
I know. Yeah, I don't
It's
even
like
know.
probably
Well,
she did it
yeah.
for another person, and they were like, Dude,
Yeah, like
that
how did
was
you even
weird.
how did you even look into it?
I'm so
you know?
I'm so amazed that caught on, and then like people figure out how to do it, and now
It's a
there's
job.
content coming out
Yeah.
to do that for people.
Oh, yeah.
and they want like variety, and people are like hungry for
Oh, yeah.
that tingly feeling.
There are people I can
So weird.
She's ASMR darling, and she has a fucking job. Like it's her job.
It's insane.
Like she did a video of like what it's like to be an ASM artist.
ASM artist. That's
Think-
the best thing
A-
I've ever heard. ASMR tist.
Yes, that's what it was. ASMR artist. That's what it was. Yeah. So because I remember it was like a play on the word. I just want to make sure I was saying
you
it
got
correctly.
you got
Yeah. Yeah, and she was talking about it, and like one of the things I was like, what's like being? It was like 3 telling someone that you're an ASMR artist. 4 explain to someone what an ASMR artist
Yeah.
is. Like,
An ASM artist. I can't believe.
but like
that.
that's her job, and
Yeah,
apparently
no,
has
it
to
is.
answer that question
make
like
money.
parties and stuff. But like, yeah, that's super weird that she also doesn't feel it.
Yeah.
Also-
See, that is weird. It's like
Yeah.
like an alien being a doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
They
It's
don't
just
get
like,
it. They
you don't
just
get
know
it.
how to do
You
it.
just know how to do it. Yeah. And like she's not
Or
bad
like
at
a
it.
robot doctor.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a robot doctor.
I feel
Which
nothing.
wouldn't be a bad idea. Except when
in
he starts
principle.
like making mistakes and he doesn't care. He's like, fuck it, I don't care. And he starts making mistakes on purpose. And he's like, how many can I kill without them noticing? And it gets out of control.
There are people like that.
Robot. Yeah, no shit. Oh my God. Psychopath surgeons. And they're like, I could just poke this guy's heart, write it off as an accident. And he did. And then
Yeah.
he just
That
does it.
hap-
Every
that,
he does it till he gets disbarred maybe. Then he goes on his spree. I don't know. Is
Well,
that real? Fuck.
Yeah, there was the nurse who just got arrested for
Yeah.
doing that.
Oh, yeah,
he was
that's
just like kind of
that's-
doing it.
Yeah, because I jumped to surgery because the person being operated is super vulnerable, obviously. But
Literally
you're-
can't do
but it's-
anything.
Right, but it's such a like observed space. Like there's so many other people in the room beside you. Couldn't just be like cutting hearts
yeah,
open
yeah,
left
yeah.
and right. But as a nurse working with very old people, he just died.
Yeah, and
they just do.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know why he keeps complaining about whatever. You can abuse
Yeah.
the shit out of people.
Oh, there was like when we in taking psych classes. I forget which one we were taking. I don't remember what it wouldn't involve this learning about this, but it was like fucking security footage of like orderlies like throwing old people onto the beds and kicking them out of their wheelchair to get like really abusing them, but like they're in the privacy of the person's room. Like who would be watching this? They just happen to put a camera in there and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
That's fucked up.
I mean, a lot of people when it comes to like that's the whole. Have you ever heard of the Stanford prison experiment?
Oh yeah.
So like that's entirely based on uniform and like having like
And being told you have like a position,
being told you have a
someone in
position of
authority
power.
telling you
yeah.
you have.
It
some
was one guy
authority.
who spiraled it out. I think they called him like
I
John
wouldn't
Wayne or
doubt
something.
it. John Wayne.
He wore sunglasses because it covered his face.
Oh, yeah.
But subconsciously he was doing that.
Oh,
They all had the uniforms
yeah.
and like no one really wanted to do it. Like, this is weird. And he was like, "Fucking let's go." But like was totally not that person.
boy.
But once put in that position of power, put into the uniform with the other people in uniform, everyone else was wearing their prison uniforms.
Whoa.
They were just a sea of. I think they were
How
wearing blue.
spooky is it to think like that you could be that, but you haven't had the authority to
And
be
you
that
haven't been
yet?
given that position,
I
yeah.
haven't been like the boss of anyone, so I don't know.
And the weird thing, too,
I'm
is
like
they were
a
just-
slumbering sociopath.
It was super small, and they were just like, "And you are now a guard." It was totally
So
random.
funny, yeah.
And it was just like, all
And
right.
it was like a clear, like you're getting paid in pizza for or whatever, because it
Yeah.
was like college kids. It was an experiment. It was
Yeah.
like
it was like done over the summer. I
It's
think
so
you're
crazy.
paid like I want to say it was like $80
yeah,
a
you
day
get
or
whatever,
something.
yeah.
So it was a lot for the 70s, but like yeah, people because there's an audio clip that they'll play often if you see like a Stanford prisoner experiment documentary, and it's a guy screaming like one of the prisoners being like, "I don't even fucking want to get paid. Just send me home. Like I don't.
Yeah.
This is not even fun anymore." So something to
Yeah.
that effect, and it's like holy shit.
Don't even care about the money.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't want to be here. That's crazy.
Yeah. Actually,
And
I just
they didn't, and that's
no.
why they got in trouble.
Well, no, they had to. They pulled. I think it was supposed to go on for. I want to say 4 weeks. They cut it to 2. It was supposed to go on for
Yeah.
2 weeks. Cut it in 1 or something like that. But
Oh,
they did
yeah,
not They cut it in half.
They did.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it ended in half. They still got kind of in trouble,
Yeah,
but then
because they did let it get
But they
too
also-
far. But man,
yeah.
is it like what valuable data? Because like
it's one of the most important case studies of
people
all
reference
time.
it all
Yeah.
the time. So you
Yeah.
gotta
There's a movie recently about it. but I
yeah,
never
really
saw it.
recent. Didn't see it
Yeah.
either because I knew like as much as I wanted to know
Yeah,
about
I-
the Stanford
I know a
prison.
lot
I
about
feel
it.
like they're way too late on the.
You learn about it probably
100
once a
times in
semester
psych, yeah.
in psych. Like
Yeah.
someone brings it up for some reason.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean, it's
good
really,
on
really
It
fascinating.
is really
important.
fascinating.
So I get why we'd constantly learn about it. But yeah, you constantly learn about it. It's pretty cool though. Speaking of sociopaths, I just saw a movie called Thoroughbreds, and
About horses?
kind of not really. It's about 2 girls. They're both incredibly wealthy, like in Connecticut, like the upper crust,
Yeah.
living in big houses.
Yeah.
And the one girl feels nothing, no joy, no sadness, nothing. just
Is this
kind of.
based on a true story?
I
or
don't think
something?
so.
Okay.
And the other girl does feel things, but is like, she was like, they were like friends in middle school, and like the sociopath girl only recently has kind of like admitted she's a sociopath. She's like, yeah, for years I just pretended, and like in the beginning she's going to this girl's house to like study for the SATs or something. And so like you see her like walking around the house, and she's a picture of the second girl, the non-sociopath girl, and like she looks at her smiling, looks at the mirror, mimics the smile perfectly, and then just goes back to being dead. Like she's super fucking good at like faking it. And she's like, yeah, so I've just been like faking it forever. Like I don't really feel anything. And like they're watching a movie, and she's like, wow, that actress sucks at crying. She's like, what? You don't know. That's like the 50s.
Yeah.
They could have been having sex out like out off camera, and this is the last day of shooting. So she's actually emotional. She goes, no, she's using a technique. She's like, what technique? She looks over and she's just actually crying.
Oh my God.
And she's like, she's like all emotional crying. And she goes, yeah, so that's just the technique. She's
That's
like,
probably a
what?
nice performance.
Oh, she's
I'm sure
fantastic.
That was great to watch.
She's really good.
Wow. What is that on? Where'd you find that?
So it was in theaters. I think it's gone now,
I'll find it.
but you can find it. When it comes out, I recommend everyone see it. It's really cool. I don't want to spoil like what happens.
Yeah, but that's a great concept.
But that's the concept. Is like this one girl is well, the additional premise too, because this is in the trailer, is the non-sociopathic girl hates her stepdad, and the sociopathic girl's like, you want to kill him, don't you? She's like, no, why would you say that? He goes, you do. Like, I can see it in you, but she doesn't care. She just says anything that comes to her. And so it's like, does she go and actually kill her? Like, they talk to a drug dealer, and like, we kind of want to kill her. And he's like, I'm not going to fucking kill anyone. Like, so it's like, does this happen? And like, who's the, so it's pretty fascinating. It's great. But I saw that.
Sounds great.
Saw it yesterday. And like, it was really cool to watch this girl just be like a total, like, yeah, whatever. Like,
yeah.
And like, it was weird. I was like, man, like what? Like, I don't know. I don't, sometimes I just don't feel things,
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm just super empathetic to something that's happening.
But yeah, sometimes you're not, but sometimes
I am, sometimes not. It's like, oh man, what's that?
Yeah, but I guess her deal is like she's always like that.
It's permanent.
And yeah, that like that's the only thing that like fucks up so much more philosophy. But then but what about sociopaths? You could just toss that, and it's like, well, okay, then the whole thing is fucked.
Yeah.
Like there's no way to like safely operate, like 100% safely operate society while like disguised monsters lurk beneath the surface.
Oh yeah.
You can't.
I mean, theoretically, hedonism should be perfect.
I mean, theoretically, but
people. Well, also, how much of that is assuming? You know. Because like, have you ever heard Mr. Hartnett's like food in class thing?
No.
So Mr. Hartnett was a history teacher of ours in high school. Yes. And so in high school, you're not allowed to eat in class. He decided to make it totally okay. And he was like, for the first few weeks, it was a nightmare. Food on every desk, everyone's eating, everyone's going through that. And as time went on, it became less and less and less, and then eventually no one did it ever.
Wow.
Like, so he took this we went to a Catholic school, so it was very small classes. No one was allowed to eat. It was every class was like very, very, a lot of teachers got really kind of crazy about it.
Yep.
He was always a kind of chill dude, and he was just like, I'm gonna turn that rule off. And like, it got amped up. And he's like, I had a class right after lunch. That one was pretty intense, but then it's never happened because it just stopped being. And that's always like stuck with me. It's just like, what?
Yeah, he had some wise words.
Yeah, but it was always like, that's so interesting. Of like, what do we have right now that everyone is like, it's a thing you would turn off, and people would go, oh, everyone would do that. Like, the income thing, universal basic income. Everyone would just be a homeless person.
Yeah, but right.
But would that actually be the case?
Like, well, we can't really just do nothing.
So would it be like maybe 4 months of everyone? And
have you heard
person?
Portugal? They decriminalized every drug.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that.
And like, it's just whatever. They just turned it into like a healthcare thing, and it's fine, except for like when you go there, like people will try to be like selling you fake drugs on the street to tourists.
Oh,
but
right,
that's like because they don't know. They think like, oh my god, Portugal really is magical. Yeah. It's this white bag of powder, and they just go crazy. But they didn't really go crazy.
So like, what things are we keeping that's like, if you just turn that rule off, like how crazy would people get, or would it be?
Yeah, I feel like sometimes we just need like a big old reset on the rule system, because it's way out of control. And so the tax code should be like a sentence. Like you give this much, you give this percent. Go get them, champ. I don't know. It shouldn't be
just a graph. It's your income is this.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Just a graph. I was thinking like, well, I want to do like a sliding scale upward, whatever.
Just a graph.
Because like percent. I don't know. Is there a way to prove that like a percentage of your income means more to a poor person than a rich person? Is there a way to prove that? Because I've always felt like 15% is a lot for someone making $400 a week, but it's not a lot for someone making, it's not. It's a lot, but it's not as much for someone making like. Well, so for million.
For my example,
how do you prove that's the case and convince people that we need the progressive tax?
So here's for my example, I have a $900, $950 school payment, and then Trump did something, and I get money more in my account. I got like $25 extra in my account. So I was making like 7 something, and now I'm making like 8 something. Huge fucking difference.
Yeah.
Where it's like I'm making, I forget what the number is, it's 12% or something. I'm making a little bit more or whatever, but it pushed me into the $800 every 2 weeks as opposed to $750 or whatever it was every 2 weeks. And now it's like, oh shit, okay, it's a little bit more like calming. Like it's not like, I'm not, if I go between paychecks where something gets fucked up or like the bill ends up being like, I pay on the 20th or whatever. So like sometimes it's between checks, something gets a little hairy.
Yes.
Not as often anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I have just that little extra. So even if I go out for a weekend and spend $100, I'm not in the total shit.
Yeah, because, okay, that's a great way to put it. You are using large percentages of your money on basic necessities, while a rich person is using like 1% of their income on basic necessities. So they're not going to be like thrown to the shitter if they've got more taxes to pay.
Yeah, if I go crazy at one weekend, or like if I wanted to buy this camera I keep talking about, which goes between anywhere between $700 to $800, depending on how much equipment I want to get with it, a lens or stand or whatever.
More feasible.
That would cripple me for a month. You know what I mean? Like there's no way I'd pay that next loan payment.
Yeah. Unless you like save.
Right, I have to save a whole bunch. I couldn't just drop that chunk now, even though I make enough where I could buy that right now.
Yeah.
But that's just crazy if I was to do that.
So you have other things to do, pay for.
But a rich person, probably not going to be as big a problem.
Definitely not. That's a good way to put it.
I mean, I don't know where they would send. They might spend large amounts, some of the money in like investing or like a business or something. But I don't. I feel like they would always have, because like I forget what the statistic is. I want to say it's like 80% of Americans can't afford a $400 emergency.
Something like that. Yeah.
So
it's
like
a lot.
But like obviously a rich person could.
Obviously.
If something broke,
the top 30% could.
Yeah. If something like your car broke, they're gonna be like, all right, I'll take care of it. If my car broke, I'm fucked.
Yep. I'm okay because I got hit by a guy.
Oh wow!
So I've got like $900 to like when I get a new car. It's floating around somewhere.
That's good
from the insurance. I was so fucking blessed. Thank you, guy on Henry Johnson Boulevard. I forget what the cross street was, but bless your heart.
I got hit and the woman fucking scammed me. Didn't do anything about it.
Motherfucker. Oh, they just like hit and ran?
No, she hit me and then never gave. She was like, it was like I was going to work.
Yeah.
And she was in my parking lot. She worked in my building.
Oh, and that's bold to just duck that.
But it was like right about the time I had to punch in, and like, we'll deal with this later. Just give me your number. I'll call you or whatever.
Didn't give you the number.
She gave me the number, never answered. Then gave it to Dad. Both of us spammed her for like 2 days straight. Whoa. She eventually picked up on Dad. It was like, what? And he was like, we're going through with this. She was like, yeah, no, whatever. And then like lied to the insurance people. So that her insurance was like, no, nothing happened. It's like, so it just got real hairy. And I was like, I can't put up with this anymore. Like, it's just absurd.
I took pictures at the scene.
I had pictures too. They didn't care.
Huh.
They didn't give a shit.
Pictures of your cars in contact?
No.
Oh, see, that's what I had.
Yeah,
I had pics of his car hitting my car.
Yeah.
And they looked at the Google Maps, like where the stop sign was. I clearly had the right. And that's pretty much all it was. That's all they needed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't have.
And I don't think he denied it either, so that helped. He was like, "Yeah."
She totally denied everything.
Yeah, of course.
She
knew she could.
Oh yeah.
And it's so fucked because you can just lie. And I always think about like at the top of a business. Like how fucking easy it is to launder money.
Oh, it's crazy.
Because the buck stops here, baby. You're in your fucking closed office door. You're oh, wait, I can just write whatever number I want.
Yeah.
And then those guys can give me that extra cash on the top.
Oh, it's nuts.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Boopity boop boop.
Well, I've also think about it.
It doesn't even, there's nothing stopping you from just like keeping a well-recorded lie like up to the IRS or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Just like I have all the records of it happening.
Yeah. And like I was thinking too,
they have nothing else to go on because it's.
Oh right, yeah.
It's so easy to fuck with.
I mean,
people
like people too, like they would keep saying like Trump got this many bankruptcies, but is still like going fine. Like, how do you even do that? I have no idea, but clearly there's someone in a higher up lawyer's office that's like, oh yeah, I do bankruptcies all day. It's super easy. You just walk away as if nothing ever happened.
That's bizarre.
Like, I don't know how it happens, but apparently it's a thing you can do. And like, I don't know. I don't understand taxes. Like, I was talking about my loan with Mom, and like mine is technically not a student loan anymore. Maybe.
What is it?
We put it in a private thing. Because every time I go to try to do like the
like a personal loan?
It became a personal loan, I think. So like maybe I could go because you can't go bankrupt on a student loan.
Oh shit! Yeah,
but
just
you
bankrupt
might-
that shit.
But that
Your
might
credit's fucked. But I don't.
It might still be a student loan, but in, like under some umbrella.
No.
But another company bought that loan, paid off the loan, and making it a personal. I don't know. I gotta talk to a bank tomorrow.
That shit's crazy.
But like that was
so
like
much shit is out of control.
right. But so when I was thinking about, it, I was like, is this the loopholes you keep hearing about in the news? Someone's like, oh, this guy going bankrupt, but then you hear about 2 months later, and they're like, oh, I'm fine. Like,
Yeah.
is this what the fucking loopholes are?
I
Did I just
honestly-
like stumble into one? I have no idea.
What I really want to do is I wish I could just like rally people with like I wish I had 20 charisma and I could just rally people because I want everyone to just fucking bomb their credit and see what happens. Because like what are they really doing by like having this magical number over people? You know, it's like for like
sure,
apartment renters to check and like jobs to check. But if nobody has good credit, it doesn't
Oh, you
matter.
need everyone
If
to agree.
everybody
Yeah.
like if everyone under, I bet you could get like 30 and under to like because like old people are like, no, this is the way it is. We have credit. That's how we know your value as a human. But like, we'd just be like, because I feel like young people are so much more reasonable. You just be like, hey guys, what if we just stopped
Pretty
credit?
sure that would
We
crash the economy.
that's the best, man. Let's just burn it down. Let's. I want the hard reset. I want to like take everything but the Bill of Rights, just fucking toss it in the
Well, that's what I
garbage.
was telling you. I was like, when we were talking about loans, I was like, the only chance we have is fucking make it in entertainment or the fall of Western civilization. Like, that's it.
I think we get. I think we have legislation a long time coming on it. People are just gonna be like, this was fucked up. Why did we do this? Let's make that not the case.
What?
I just people just like well there's just like a federal forgiveness and all. Like sorry
used to talk about
like
that.
like sorry private loan people, that's just like we'll put you in a cage if you keep trying to charge people because that's their
Oh,
trump card.
yeah.
That's that's what they have. They can lock you up forever. So that's what they have to threaten. It's like you can't take money from these kids anymore or you're gone.
Yeah, because I remember when I was in high school, my chemistry teacher was like young. She was maybe 25, 26. Tallock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember her.
So she was recently out of college and talking to my homeroom teacher, whose name I forget. The other young teacher, the math one, I forget her name, but she
Oh.
doesn't matter.
No, I guess not.
They were talking because they were out of college. I guess there was something in the works of like everyone
Oh,
under
that
this
shot
age
down.
disappears.
Yeah.
And it never happened.
Yeah,
So like I
of
don't know.
course.
And I think that's what Bernie was talking about. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know, something to the effect of removing student loans.
Did you hear?
But I don't know if I'd fall into that.
Do you
category
know who
now.
Cynthia Nixon is?
No.
She was on Sex and the City.
Okay.
And she's running for New York State governor
Really?
as the progressive candidate or whatever.
That's
she's
exciting.
trying. I'm so excited. I hate Cuomo so much.
Really? I don't think I care.
Fucking live on the air. No mo Cuomo. No,
What?
I can't. Yeah, I
don't-
knew you were gonna ask why, and I can't sum it up in good points. I don't know. I just what I'm aware of is that the only thing I've been like following pretty well is the budget,
Okay.
and it's out of control how upsetting is that people just let it be like a deficit. We will for sure be in greater debt next year than this year, and nobody cares. They're not going to do anything about it. And I don't understand how this became like the way it is. We just like comfortably float in debt, let it grow. I don't know. And like
That's the way
is
the
that not
country is.
That's the way it all works. But how is that like this? That wasn't the case in other times in history where we did have like surplus money.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it works at all. I'm
I
not
don't
going to
know
pretend
how
to
it
understand economy, but
It's
like,
just
I wonder if it's one of those things. Like, have you heard like Netflix is in crazy debt, but if they just turned off the spending, they would just all of a sudden quadruple their income.
of
What they have,
course,
like they would
yeah.
immediately bounce. That's
If
how
they
like
turned off spending, but
yeah.
then the service would be gone.
so like
So they
no.
wouldn't be making income.
No. So you know what they were saying? The people when there was like an article that came out that was like Netflix is worth or has this much debt or whatever, and everyone's like, how the fuck is Netflix staying alive? It's because it's like theoretical.
The spending is on growth.
The spending is on growth, but the revenue is also on growth, just behind the spending.
yeah. The revenue goes immediately to the growth of the company. So
Correct. So,
yeah, I see
so like
what's
people are
happening.
investing into it, and people are spending on it, so it doesn't actually falter.
So it doesn't
people were saying
go
something
bankrupt.
Right.
They're in negative money, like
But they're not-
technically. But
right,
people
yes.
are like putting more into it. Okay, you want
So
to buy
there are a
this
lot-
thing?
yeah.
Got you.
Exactly. So there's
Oh,
a
we
lot
made
of
this month. Throw it into this thing so we
Yeah.
can get bigger.
So there's a lot of
they
articles.
just keep
People are
getting
like,
bigger
what the
and bigger.
fuck? I don't understand how this is alive because they weren't actually thinking of it. It was like if they just shut down the spending part.
Interesting.
I think in like a couple of months they would immediately go into the positive because of like just subscriptions.
Yeah.
So like they could just run the servers at whatever negligent cost that would be for the amount they get in for the $8 a month for over 100 million people or whatever it is, and they would have just bounced right back.
Yeah.
So like they don't care because all the people investing, they're like at any point if shit gets fucked, you shut off the making this bright 2, and then we all everything bounces out. You know,
Yeah.
like it's fine.
Oh, that's super cool.
So like that's like,
But
it's like Amazon's the same
their
way.
new content though is like what keeps people around. So they couldn't do that option for long. They couldn't
No,
be like,
but
it's a great fail. Yeah,
Yeah,
great
it's
fail, 'cause,
literally only a
they've
couple
got-
of months.
Got so much money coming in every month.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, I feel like most people would be totally fine if it was like. I mean, honestly, the best. Well, here, let me jump back. So, most people just want to watch The Office on Netflix. You know, I
Yes.
think they took that off, but
out
still,
of control. They're taking it off.
I think so. Or maybe they
Oh,
didn't.
because they're trying to revamp it or something, right? So
I'm
that
not
might be why. I don't
totally
know.
sure. But so most people don't give a shit what's new coming out. However, adding new stuff like Bright, Cloverfield Paradox,
That was an okay movie.
it was terrible. House of Cards.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I
love the first two. Okay, go ahead.
Like you have these like things coming up. It's constantly in the news. People go, "Oh yeah, I should probably subscribe to that," because it's surprising how much just going, "Hey, you should subscribe to this," is
Gets
going to
people-
eventually make someone subscribe to it.
Yeah. Fuck.
Like there's a couple people I have on Patreon now. Like I support them on Patreon.
Oh, I was
because
like,
they keep
you have a
asking.
Patreon?
No,
But
no,
yeah, because they
just
keep saying,
asking.
like, hey.
And I'm like, you know what? I do like.
And
your
that's
shit.
the YouTube like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like even like that doesn't
It's
mean
free
anything.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have been talking about doing that with the theater company we're in because like you can just make it. It's just free money coming in.
I mean, it's not free because you're
No, I
working
know
for
you
it.
have to produce regular
Yeah.
content, but it's it's money coming in where it would. It's regular
Yeah.
donations. It's like so hard to start an
But, like,
art thing that it's so helpful that I mean patronage is how it works.
Oh, yeah.
Renaissance, like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need. It's just like you need a Lord Chamberlain, a big fat cat throwing money
Yeah.
down on your grubby little. Oh my
Yeah.
god, have you seen that comic? Where it's like a guy. First panel is like I don't remember. Here's the setup. It's woo, shake your money maker, and a guy like nervously shakes his art degree. And the guy's like wrong, and smacks it out of his hand. It's so fucking great.
That is good. That is really good.
He's like like nervously shaking it.
That's hilarious.
It's so fucking great,
Some webcomics are fucking money.
dude. All webcomics are fucking.
That's not all. That's
no, it's not even
that's
close to
not true
true.
at all.
Have you read Have you read existential comics?
No.
It's like just funny, high quality comics where the characters are philosophers.
Okay.
It's just really funny. There was one where it was like a spoof on Office Space where Karl Marx and another like more obscure communist philosopher were. Yeah, have you seen Office Space?
Yeah.
And where the two guys come in and like, what exactly do you do here?
Yeah.
They're doing that to Ayn Rand, who wrote Atlas Shrugged, and she's like the bigwig capitalist, like, oh, I sell the, trying to explain capitalism. And like, so what exactly do you do here? And like, well, why can't they sell their own labor, whatever,
Oh, right.
And like, it's like him, deconstructing it. It's
Yeah.
really funny.
Well, that's actually speaking of Marxism. I know we're jumping all over the place here, but
Yeah, no, oh my God, I'm so into like local politics right now.
that's really weird.
Let me tell you about the Troy Zoning Board hearing.
Okay.
No shit, this is an insane
Okay.
story. So I go to the Troy Zoning Board because the third person at the hearing is trying to get like a little urban farm stand, like on a corner of a block, like of just like it's an empty lot. She wants to start a compost thing and
Okay. Like
farm
an actual,
there,
okay.
like a farm and where you sell the farming
Okay.
things. And she on the zoning as it stood. It was for like a grocery store. It was zoned for like a grocery store or like maybe residency or,
Okay.
So it didn't have that specifically. So they gave her like flexible use or whatever, which is great. You can do it for whatever.
Okay.
But she was like, but the first two people who went were people who were trying to in Troy go into like one family house neighborhoods and put in apartment complexes for like students and make a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
And both of the one was like converting a church. One was just building like 4 buildings on an empty lot,
Okay.
like a complex. And they both got approved on a 3-2 vote. And then I go and I'm reading, I think like the Troy Record later in the week.
Okay.
And apparently they aren't allowed to pass things on a 3-2 vote. They need a 4-1 majority.
Oh, shit.
And they've been doing it wrong for 30 years.
Wow.
But they don't keep a record of like what the exact vote numbers were.
That's
even
absurd.
though the fucking scribe there was asking them exactly what their votes were. So I don't know where those records went.
Where that piece of paper
Yeah,
goes.
I think there's some shenanigans going on, and they know they fucked up. But for 30 years, they've been approving things 3-2, and it should have been 4-1 because when they first started it, they had 6 people on the board, so they needed
Okay.
a 4-2,
Okay.
because they needed that much
Right.
majority. When they changed the size, they didn't change the required voting.
That's a
number.
mistake.
They done fucked it up, but
Wow.
regardless, those apartments were canceled. But 30 years of fucked up things, like
Wow.
whatever, just got approved on one vote. should not have been.
Goddamn bureaucracy.
Goddamn. Oh my God, you should have seen this meeting. It was just...
What, did you just sit in the crowd?
Yeah, you just sit in the fucking... You're in the peanut gallery. You can clap if you want. There's some things... Like if someone brings out a petition, like this is the will... If someone says something like particularly well-spoken, I clap. 'Cause, you know, it's like...
Wait, so you just go like on a weekly basis? Like
No, I don't regularly go to the... But I think they have them weekly. I might start going to the Waterville meetings or whatever they have. But yeah, you can go and visit.
What got you into local politics?
I
Why'd
just
you
wanted
even
to see the
show
third
up?
person there who was trying to get her farm stand.
Oh, you know that person?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to go for.
Okay.
That's sorry. Yeah, that was the point of the
I
beginning.
thought you were just like, you know what? It's a Thursday. It's fucking bored day.
It was a Tuesday.
Whatever.
And yeah, no, I know. It totally doesn't matter. She got her farm stand 4-1, or no, 5-0, so it didn't matter.
Okay, that's good.
But those two apartments got canceled.
that really fucked that dude's fucking holiday bonus up.
Canceled. Yeah, I don't know.
Some kid's not getting a fucking Wii for Christmas. Or no, that's a super dated
Wow,
reference.
man. What are you giving up for Christmas, Grandma? Fucking Wii's over there? Jesus.
I tried to say Switch, but my brain was just like, you don't know what that word is.
switched.
That's
Yeah.
words a lot.
The word is a lot. So, what were you saying about Marxism?
Oh, well, you were saying when you watched that one podcast with Joe Rogan and Owen Benjamin and
Yes.
the other guy whose name I don't remember.
Kurt something.
Yeah. Owen Benjamin brought up Marxism so much. we're just like, so basically there's a context for this whole podcast.
Yes.
They were, or both Owen Benjamin and this other guy got in trouble for various things with social media. And so they very much hate current social media, like a lot.
Oh my God, do they ever?
So they're very anti like
It's
the social
so
justice movement
funny.
and like people getting like triggered and all this stuff.
Oh my God, but
like
they-
to the next level that like most comedians are like, fucking let me just say what I want. They're like fucking
attacking
bloodthirsty.
people? Yeah, it's
They're
crazy.
like bloodthirsty
They're out
against these
there.
people. Yeah. So they're going
Hoo-wee.
crazy. But like they started, the one guy was in Jehovah's Witness. So and he
Oh,
sees them
yes.
as a cult,
Yes.
and which I guess is
What do you call
possible.
them? The jihadis or something?
The social jihadis, I think.
social jihadis.
That's what he's calling the social justice warriors.
Right.
But yeah, but he sees that as another religion. This social, I kind of see the parallels that social
Yeah.
justice is becoming a kind of religion and all
Yes.
that stuff.
Yeah, I could see that.
So that thing made sense. But like every time they would talk about oh yeah, you just ignore the facts. He'd be like, yeah, that's such a Marxist way to do it. And like, he just kept bringing it back to Marx.
yeah.
So like maybe social justice is super communist. I don't know. I don't really know how it works. But I was so surprised at how many times he brought up. It's a 3-hour podcast, so I understand if no one listens to this. But like,
Yeah.
It was like
I guess it's like the
constantly bring it
control
up.
aspect of it.
Yeah,
They're
but-
trying to censor you. Like censorship and control is seen as like the. I'm so torn on. I'm like
It was like
left and
censorship-
right ideas. Okay, so here's where I'm at. Like I think we should be responsibly spending the state's money.
Yeah.
We should tighten the belt. We should get out of debt and we should have surplus so that when we have an economic downturn, we don't fucking like lay everyone off in a government job. We can just use some of that surplus. We can help ourselves. But at the same time, I don't want anyone to be like homeless or hungry.
Yeah.
But you have to spend money on some things. Like how do you, it's just like, I'd have to be sitting there at the table making budget decisions to have like an informed opinion on it. I don't know what exactly we're spending on. Like, is it worth it to be? Are we doing the Netflix where like we produce a fuck ton of money even though we're in debt? Or
Yeah.
like what's going on?
because yeah, like,
But we don't. We
that's a good
won't. We
point.
will not always. Is an assured thing of like the market economy. It will crash eventually.
Yeah.
So we should have something in place for that. But the current, it's just like
Get into cryptocurrency, man.
that's dude. I don't know what to do anymore.
No, it's actually a bet. Cryptocurrency now, mistake. Wait like 2 years when everyone goes fucking who cares and sells it off, and then you jump back in, and then you want cryptocurrency is going to
too
go through an
expensive right
identical
now.
cycle of the actual economy where it's going to go up,
But
and
much
it's gonna go
faster.
down. Much faster. That's because it's global,
Yeah.
so things can shift really fast. And then the pump and dump thing is not regulated. Do you know what that is?
no.
There's literally a subreddit for this where you can go to them and be like, hey, pump and dump my cryptocurrency. So we would start one. Tom Bucks, for example. the currency of your brain on Tom.
Pump and dump.
I would
What?
hire a group of people
Yeah.
to buy a fuckload of it, make the price go way up, and then
What?
fucking normies go, holy shit, Tom Bucks, crazy money.
Fucking
they all buy, then they all
normies.
sell it. Everyone makes out like crazy. In real money, this is horribly illegal, but cryptocurrency is totally fine. It's not regulated.
That's crazy.
So there's groups you can hire that pump and dump currencies.
There's wild shit going on in the world that we have to catch up with. That like our bureaucratic systems couldn't possibly keep up with.
Oh no, not at all.
we're so
They move so
fucked.
fast.
We're so it's so
And like the
crazy.
whole perks of all the perks of cryptocurrency is it's unregulated. So this
Yeah.
shit, I don't think you could stop this unless everyone just on gentleman agreement, like, no, we won't pump and dump, we won't do all this stuff.
But they will.
But there's nothing stopping them, and like they like are proud of it. Like you can watch.
Yeah,
there was
of
like
course.
there's like I think it was on John Oliver. He was talking about it, and like he showed like a commercial for like this pump and dump company. And they're like, and we'll buy your car, and like they're all so happy about it, and like, and we'll in 3 to 6 weeks you'll have all the money, and like it so that you can like self-inflate currencies. I don't know how you start a cryptocurrency. It seems like you just kind of say it exists.
Yes, and then you sell things that are powered by processing power or something, and that's your crypto. I don't know.
I don't know. I know you need the blockchain, and then computers do things, and that's why graphics cards are really expensive right now. So if you were to build a computer,
no,
you
I think
couldn't
it's
get one.
CPU that's expensive.
No, it's the graphics
GPU.
card.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the graphics card because you can't buy NVIDIA had to design a separate graphics card for what was it called?
Cryptocurrencies?
Yeah, it had a funny name like Frontier card or something for mining.
Yeah.
So it's just for it had a name like that. I think
Yeah,
it was
because
Frontier,
that's what it's for.
but it was for mining because if you were to build a computer right now and you
Yeah.
want to be a
Oh, it's
gamer,
fucking
you
crazy.
literally can't.
I'll bet you
There aren't not even that it's too expensive. They literally aren't on the shelves.
this is the only time that I could sell my computer for a profit.
Oh yeah.
From what I made
yeah.
it with. And
It's
then just
insane.
wait for this bubble to burst.
Yeah.
Buy a computer again, but I don't want to
Yeah.
be without a computer.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But like, yeah, so like right
'Cause
now,
you couldn't build another one. That's
No,
why
you
it
could
would
not.
go for so much. But like, it's a good time to become like desperately broke all of a sudden because I've got this great asset just laying around.
yeah, because the fucking the people who post pictures of them where it's like, I just bought fucking 12 1080s, and everyone in the comments like, you fucking cunts, get rid of, what are you doing? Like, no, like, you don't need all this. 'Cause there's-
1080s.
That's the highest grade graphics card now.
Oh,
It's the one they all
so
want
they're
because
like,
the,
haha,
yeah, the more it can
mining.
process, the more money you can make theoretically and stuff like that. Like if I wanted to, I think I could turn my computer into one. I think mine might be just a little too slow. So I have the grade below that graphics card.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever, 970 or something. Or maybe I'm 2 below, 3 below, something like that. But I'm close, but not there yet. I don't have a 1080 is my point. I forget the exact. It's 970, 980. I forget what number I have.
Yeah.
So like theoretically, I could like turn it on while I'm at work, and it could mine, and I could make like 80 cents a day. I think. Maybe that's even too much. Maybe like 20 cents a day or something. I forget. But you can make a small amount, and I think you can turn it off. But then it also everything in a computer runs at 1,000%, and so you burn out a lot of stuff fast. I think it's also partly why people get like a bunch of them, so that you just run everything at max capacity. It all breaks, and you take that cryptocurrency, buy more, and like
Wow.
that's the fluctuation of it.
That's insane.
So I would like to keep my computer, so I'm not going to be running any of that stuff.
I
But
can't even. Well, yeah. I mean,
I have a
it's
far better
it's so
understanding
hard
of
to
it
mine
now.
any of it because so much has been mined already. I
Yeah,
guess.
there's a limited amount as well.
There is a limited
Yeah,
amount. You
I
can't.
found that out
There's
recently.
a point where mining will no longer.
I believe
work.
so. Yeah,
No.
I believe so. I believe there's a limited amount, which I believe is why there's so many coming out. Is because the theoretical, like my Dogecoin, there's a well of Dogecoins, but Bitcoin might be running dry soon. I think that's why they keep making more.
Oh.
I think.
Do we not know when it's gonna?
I don't know.
Coming out?
I'm already speaking at the brink of my knowledge of
It's
cryptocurrency.
insane. It's an insane system, and I can't believe we have it.
I can't believe it was so big.
Yeah, I can't. But we could have dived right in on the early stages, man. We
I
knew
kept thinking about it. I
Yeah,
kept
I know.
thinking
Me
about
too.
it.
I don't
Which
know.
I mean, every asshole on the internet's like, I
Right,
thought
so-
about 2005 or whatever.
Right,
the fuck
right,
it was.
right. But we-
2011.
we did have that like insider knowledge. We should have went for it.
I thought about having like $100 like a $100 worth at
Yeah.
the time.
Oh,
just
it
like,
would've been
I'll
great
sit on
at
this.
the time.
Yeah,
And then we could have sold it whenever. Whenever it was huge. When was
20K.
it? 20K. That was the big shit.
Yeah, it's a lot easier now. There's like
Yeah.
actual websites that track it. You can get a
Yeah.
little
Oh yeah. Back
keychain
then it
bank
was
thing.
like you need Tor, you need a
Yeah.
wallet, you need it
It was very complicated
Very
and like
complicated.
honestly,
Oh, you know, I think we were too young to get. We needed like routing numbers, didn't you? Didn't you need like a bank account
I think you
attached
did.
to it?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But I knew a guy who was getting into it.
We probably would have did it if we could have.
Probably. I probably would have at least had a little bit of it. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little. I definitely would have put like $100 worth aside,
Yeah, just to have.
or like build it up till I had one. or
Yeah, exactly.
something.
Oh, but back then, one was super easy to
One
get.
wasn't that difficult. Yeah, I would.
It was
have,
super
like, 10.
easy. So that's why I figured I'd have like, maybe 10, yeah, like something like that, just to have.
Yeah.
But I, yeah,
Boy,
you
that would
need-
have been great to have. What's that? 200,000 if you had 10
Yeah.
at the height.
that would have helped me a
I
lot.
definitely would have punched out earlier.
Punched out way earlier.
Would've been
As soon as I hit
would've
100K,
got
I'd been like, all right, we're done.
Oh, absolutely.
But I knew a guy that I went to college with, who I later saw after college, and he was getting into it. I was like, hey, what do you do to get into it? And he goes, well, I can't tell you, it's a lot. And I was like, okay, cool, you're a cunt. And I just never talked to him again.
I guess
So I'm like,
is it
he's lying to me.
beneficial to them to not get other people into it, or they want other people to get into it?
No, he probably was lying.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering as well.
He
though.
didn't know anything.
You want to grow the market, right? You want
Yeah.
more people in.
Yeah. You want more people in so the value goes up.
Yes. Okay.
But he was a moron. And he was always kind of like a one of those guys that's just really loud and lies about everything.
Yeah. Oh, the best kind of guy.
Yeah.
My best friend.
So I was like, oh, let me ask you. Oh, you know nothing. Excellent.
Hi.
The reason you can't tell me is because you're lying to me.
Clink glasses.
Yeah. But yeah, he was. Yeah, it was stupid. But I don't think I'm ever gonna get back. I don't know. Maybe I'll get into it when it drops because it's got to go way low. So less people are talking about it now.
Yeah, we'll see. I might start following it. I want to follow the stock market because it seems.
I would
it's a little
actually
intuitive, right? I mean, right? You just jump in when
So
it's
there are
really low, and then you
Yeah.
just wait forever.
No, I think you can bounce around, but the only thing I could invest in safely, and I probably could do pretty well in, is video game companies.
You should do that.
Because I have always called EA's false.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know what games are coming out. I know they're gonna be dog shit.
Yeah.
But they have names like Star Wars. People fucking buy into
Yeah,
it.
so the people, you can beat
And
the
I'm like,
normies.
this
You
game-
could beat the normies. Yeah, I would.
Like when Tor came out, I was like, this game's gonna fucking flop. But buy now.
Yeah, I would just
get
I
in
couldn't-
now.
I couldn't do. I wouldn't even trust myself to be picking and choosing. I would just do one of those mutual index funds
Oh,
or whatever,
yeah.
where it's just you spread it out, and then the market is constantly rising. So, it has ups and downs, but as the country grows in people,
Yeah.
it rises. So you have guaranteed growth in it at least a little.
Yeah, I would have made it like a bandit with Battlefront 2.
So you
boy.
should just put something aside now so
Yeah.
that you can just not touch it till you're retiring, and then you'll be good when
Yeah,
you retire.
I don't know if there's an easy way to move shit around because that's what I would prefer. Just come home and be like, let me just move shit around.
Yeah,
But-
it's just a very, I guarantee it's not this, but a really pleasing interface where you're dragging little circles
I literally
around or
want,
whatever.
yeah, I just want the WoW auction house, but with my actual money.
Yep.
If they could be that easy, where I'm just like,
Could you
oh, let's
imagine if
invest in
someone
this.
made an app for that?
Yeah,
it's
that'd be
a
insane.
UI that is
Yeah.
the WoW auction house.
Because that I know how to work, so just give me
Some
that.
good shit.
But I would have made it like a bandit with Battlefront 2. I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't know it was going to be that bad.
Boy, this was fucked.
So I would, because how many games fucking do pay to win? Thousands of them every fucking day. No one gives a shit.
No one gives a shit.
So why would I think this one would explode? Obviously, I would have sold right before it came out
why,
because
why did you know it was going to explode? I mean, I did because
'Cause
I
its
was
name was
reading
Star
online
Wait, so
comments about the
explode in
be
which
bad.
way? Be bad because Battlefront 1 was bad. It was the same game,
Yeah.
but with less things. Because the beta came out,
right,
people were
right,
like, "What the fuck?"
I wonder if the stock price reflected the beta though, and it wasn't.
No, it
going
wouldn't
up
reflect the
past
beta. It would reflect the actual tanking of the thing.
that.
But
Mhm.
because it's a Star Wars thing, the movie just came out. You would
Right, you would
buy and
wonder.
sell based on the trend of the name.
It's interesting.
Because I know it went up for when Old Republic came out and then
Yeah.
dropped a little bit. So
I should get some money into the stock.
yeah, I would just hold on EA. Honestly, EA is probably the most explosive one.
Yep.
Just because they constantly are in
So
trouble.
when they're tanked, buy in
They're
because
tanked
they're
right now. I'm pretty sure
good deal.
they're about to go back. They're about to go live with Battlefront 2 again. So maybe this is not the perfect time to jump back in. Although I don't know how people actually care.
You should look at the the year, the quarterly numbers and see
Oh, yeah.
where it's at
Oh,
in
Facebook's
relation to
tanking
where
right
it's
now.
been. Yeah, it's not tanking. It's where it was last year. It didn't it's not in any jeopardy, but
No.
it would be a good time to get in because
It
it's
was-
not going anywhere.
It was the biggest drop ever, like 7% or something.
Yeah, it was 8% when I think.
Yeah, that's the biggest drop it's ever had because of this whole selling
Yeah.
your information thing.
Yep.
That's exciting.
It's always exciting to hear.
I don't have anything though
So
really
that's
on there. I don't use it.
Yeah,
that way.
I don't use Facebook very much.
I use it to talk to people, but not to share my shit. I don't.
Mm.
But I also don't have a lot to hide, so I don't really know what.
Yeah, I don't know what they want from.
Like, have you ever used the Google thing where you can see what they know about you?
No.
I forget what the URL is, but you can go to basically the back end of Google and be like, "Hey, what do you guys know about me?" So you can basically figure out what your targeted ads are.
Oh,
They have no fucking clue who I am.
nice.
They know I'm like 18 to 30. I like video games.
Weird.
I think that's it.
You got a VPN up?
No.
Hmm.
No. They just know nothing because I don't use it. Like, I was looking through it and I'm like, it was like, but like, it would show you
That's
like,
not based on your Google searches?
it is based on my Google searches, but my Google searches are like fucking Monster Hunter, patch notes for 2.0,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, this.
Yep.
I'm looking up like release dates and
There's
like
gotta be
guides and
they're not
stuff.
showing you though.
I don't know. I don't really Google. Like, when I thought about it, I was like, I really only Google like, the places I go to are like, 4chan, Netflix, Facebook, fucking Twitter. You know, like I don't do a bunch.
Holy.
And then anything any of those not primary websites I'm going to, you know, fucking reading a guide on whatever website, watching a YouTube video that's a guide of that. Like, I'm not really.
I read so many articles now. I like news articles.
I don't really care that much.
Trying to get into it. Dude,
I tried.
The zoning board hearing brought me to life.
I really tried around the election to get into it, and it's just really depressing.
That was painful. That was a painful time to try to get into it, gotta say.
It was really sad. I didn't like anything. Everyone was just upset.
Yes.
I didn't like it.
That was a terrible time for the country.
Listened to a bunch of different podcasts that were politics, and I was like, I don't like
now.
anyone talking about this.
Yeah, I think that was oversaturation. I think, like, now could be an interesting time to listen in. I think local stuff is very dramatic. That's I'm so passionate about the local level.
But I want to keep up on the bigger level.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't like to keep track on like the world scale, but like
Dude, I'm done with. I'm not a globalist. We can't operate this way. We need little groups of people like.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's definitely how humans
governing
are
themselves.
designed. Yeah.
But what is to stop our tribes from going to war, if not for the one big tribe that we're all a part of? You know, like the United States is like getting there as far as the ideas go, but I don't think we should have states. It should be cities or like towns,
Like
and
ancient Greece.
like cities and a country. It should be city states. We should do it by we should shrink our municipalities or something. We got to figure out a different system,
I
because
definitely think we're a little too big.
Yeah.
Because like
I think we need to give more power to the smaller forms of government so they can do the more nuanced governing.
Yeah, I would think so. Because I don't have anything in common with someone that lives in Missouri right now.
Right.
Or Alabama or something like that.
The sweeping laws that affect everybody need to be so few and far between, I think.
Yeah.
We need to be really careful
It's
with
weird.
what we put out for everybody, but
Like I'll never relate to someone that's living in Hawaii right now.
no, that's crazy that's still
A part of America. Yeah.
Yeah, that Alaska, like, but you know,
Like
federal law affects all. It's crazy how much they do, and how much people are focused on just that and not their state level at all.
No one cares about their city.
Nobody.
Like that, no.
I don't know why, dude. That affects you so much.
I guess because the drip feed of what would happen is so small. It's like, oh, you can build your farm.
Yeah.
Whereas like the government, it's like fucking drugs are legal. Like
Well, I guess
stuff like that. It's like what the fuck? This is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, your farm building is local government. I guess I think people should look more towards state right now. I think that is overlooked. I think people really love to follow the national because it's like the kings and queens.
Oh, it's a sport now.
We need
It's red team versus blue team.
It's absolutely. It's always been. We need to bring it back.
I don't think it's always been. I feel like lately it's been like
talking out my
like
butt,
real
dog.
crazy.
Just out my booty. Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm also just I wasn't conscious.
Yeah, I
always wonder that.
How woke was I to politics when I was a wee laddie? You know, was it always this divisive?
Like I can remember when I found out gay people exist. I'm like, what is this? It's like this has literally been around forever. I'm like, what?
Literally hasn't never not been here.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know. Like, so I remember like coming to the realization, like, oh, this has always been a thing. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Like
things happened before I was here.
Yeah, so like,
fuck?
how much of politics is like, always been a thing? I don't know.
Yeah, conservatism versus like liberalism.
What was a thing I thought about today? So it was because I was listening to that podcast, and they said something to the effect of becoming like puritanical with social justice and all that kind of stuff. You can't do whatever, and like how it's kind of so like it seems like society always swings like super conservative towards of like can't say this, don't do that, like a Puritan, and then it swings into the 60s where everyone's like fucking whatever.
Let's just we're tired of this. Yeah.
So like, was that this the natural flow of things?
Yeah,
it's just gonna pick different
parent-child. So
yeah,
like they just rebel from whatever it is they were doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it? Yeah.
Will our kids be like fuck all of that and be going in a different like?
Yeah,
they're
gonna
what will
buy suits and be businessmen and bureaucrats.
No, I don't even think it's. I don't think it's that. It's because like they're still. I feel like we're going towards a more like conservative puritanical thing where it's like but like in a weird way where it's like.
Yeah, it is in a weird way. It's like on the left.
It's not. Yeah, exactly. But like, I'm not saying like we're gonna swing to the right towards that. But like, will our kids be more close to a '60s hippie where it's like,
but
whatever,
but it's
man.
not. But it's really not like.
I'm just a vessel.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. Generally swing that way because the election was so close, and they keep it on the razor edge, 50-50. Like the teams are really even right now. I don't feel like it's
No, but I definitely think like.
But it is, for whatever reason, it's way more socially acceptable to be a liberal.
No, it's way more socially
What's
acceptable.
that about?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
But
saying.
you can find your conservative pockets, and people will poke you and see if you are, and they can talk to you freely. They'll like try to figure you out to see if they can. But like, it's so generally assumed that you can just hate on Donald Trump. I mean,
Right. That's what I'm
why
saying.
not? But
No, exactly. He's definitely.
but
He makes it easy.
conservatives in general, yeah. But conservatives in general, you can. It's so easy to just. It's so much more accepted. I guess it's the media, right? The liberal media.
But everyone keeps saying that. But I seem to find a lot that fall into both camps.
Yeah, and I guess that's why the election was so close. It's
Yeah.
50-50. But
Like, have you ever seen
so maybe
fucking Alex Jones's
it's-
numbers?
Yes, it's crazy.
It's crazy. I don't know anyone who takes that guy seriously.
Yeah, apparently a lot of people do, and they're not talking about it.
Exactly. So like, what is like? That's weird, right?
They're so embarrassed. A lot of people
But why?
apparently. Oh yeah, a lot of people apparently voted for Trump, but didn't tell any of their friends.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah,
I had
you
to if we're gonna
can't
be that
tell
close.
You cannot tell your friends. I mean, it wasn't even that close. Like he won. Like there was
Oh, yeah.
the majority, but I bet if you took a poll where their identity wasn't revealed, the results would be vastly different than if you were like announcing in a room to everyone who you voted for.
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever. You know, because public perception's like, oh man, you voted for the Cheeto. But like it's people really wanted to change the pace. I totally sympathize with people who voted because they're like, man, another lizard person.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Illuminati. Put up someone better, and they threw him the Cheeto, and everyone, and then like they were like bathing in the liberal tears because everyone was like, oh my god, they elected an idiot. What are we gonna do? And everyone was freaking out, and that was what they wanted. They wanted everyone to shake them
Are you
up.
saying there's a higher like power consciousness that's controlling all this? Is that what you're saying?
What?
Who's the we?
We is the people who voted for Donald
Or
Trump.
they? I meant that they.
They is the people who didn't. It's us and them, baby. I mean, I didn't actually.
Oh no,
vote
I
for
thought you were
Donald
saying.
Trump, but-
I didn't. I know. I'm saying like, what are you saying? Like, never mind.
Yeah,
it
it's-
sounded like you were saying there was like a puppet.
Yeah.
organization.
Oh, yes, I was.
Oh,
you know what?
okay.
I was talking like that. The
Yeah,
Illuminati
okay.
was putting up the Democratic
Yeah, they're putting
candidate.
someone up. That's what it sounded like. Okay.
Oh yeah, baby.
Okay,
Oh yeah, everyone's because that's sort of what it feels like. Is it's like it's all inside DC insiders. Like the options you're gonna get are like, you know,
Well, I don't think that's the case anymore.
right. And then the Republicans
Because
are
there's
like,
a crazy person.
this guy is overwhelmingly popular. Let's just go with it. Let's see what happens. Like, we're not going to win with any of these other people, but this guy could win. So they threw him up. He won. Here we are. And
I honestly think he might be one of the most important presidents.
100% the most important move ever
Because
had. We're going to figure something out.
Something's got to happen to stop this.
Happen. We're going to figure something out.
Like,
Yeah.
people are actually going to vote. People are going to actually show
People
up.
gotta hit
People are
those
going
midterms.
to fucking some lady from Sex and the City is going to be going to politics.
Going to the governor. Dude,
You know,
people
like,
are going to go to
Kane's going to become the mayor of his town.
zoning board
Although he's probably already going
hearings.
to do that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you went to a zoning board hearing.
Well, because I knew a person
I guess
going
that's true.
for
But
it.
you want to go again.
I do want to go again. I want to be there.
Like, I think it's...
a lot for the drama. I'll be honest with you.
Well, that's really what our generation
it's
likes.
real life theater. It's like,
I mean, like
so
you were talking
dramatic.
the last time you were here.
speaking of the mic, dude, they can't. They're so fucking bad at.
Are
zooming.
they?
They just like
They just talk. At the,
way back,
Yeah.
way back, and everyone who comes up like takes 10 minutes to get to the mic. They're like signing their name in and starting to talk, and no one in the back can hear. So what did I even come for if I can't participate?
Well, like you were saying though last
I love
time.
getting rowdy. I love rabble when something passes and everyone's like, "What the fuck was that?" And like, there's tension in the audience because some people came because they wanted to pass, some people came because they wanted to fail. Like, it's inherently, yeah. Well, of course, because it's like we're here to develop this fucking apartment. So there's like these,
Oh, yeah.
two
That-
suited
that
fellas
one
up
makes
front,
sense, though, 'cause that
and
one
then,
makes a lot of money
a
for you.
mob back here. You know,
That'll make a lot of money.
it's
that would make the most
really
sense.
intense sitting around.
But no, I definitely
in a
think. Oh wait,
zoning
what
board
was the
hearing.
one thing I just heard
It's
today?
like people
with,
fighting for their neighborhoods.
Same thing on that podcast where like the thing, like what makes you addicted to gambling is losing.
Yeah, I
'Cause the
just
shit
heard
that
that.
was
I don't
on
know.
that podcast.
Yes, but what? I don't remember the specifics.
I forget the chemical releases, but like maybe that's partly why politics is so interesting because people are like constantly losing.
Yeah, sports, politics. You have
Yeah.
to take the wins and losses.
You have to take that L.
Gotta
But
take that
also,
L, big fat
I
L.
know for like the reason online fighting happens is because being told you're wrong.
Makes you think your position is more correct.
No, it releases the same chemicals that happens when you take physical pain.
Wow.
So that's why it fucking sucks to have someone tell you you're wrong.
We have there's so much like importance to our ideas. We have like so much pride in them. Well, everyone needs to like chill out. And
I don't think it's pride. I think it might be like an actual aversion to pain. that drives us to doing it so much.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to figure out a way to. Well, okay, so yeah, that's like your wounded pride stinging you is, I guess, what I would equate it as, because you were wrong.
Like I'm now realizing that it's more about aversion than it is to like that
to win.
Not even just to win, but it's aversion to losing. It's aversion to being wrong. It's just, I guess it's to win, but yeah. Like it's just like no, it's not about being. It's not about the joy of being right.
But I'll bet you get a dopamine hit from being corrected.
Oh, you probably do.
You won a thing.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah.
So it's like there's
definitely something to prove, because like if you ever see like the mobs, or someone like tells someone off and you see their response, like all the comments off of that, tell off or whatever. Like that one time we were talking to someone and they were like, "Oh my god, look at this thing I just read on Twitter." And like, I don't care. Like that guy's just being mean to another guy. Like, but they are on team 1 and team 2 got shit on.
So they want to show it.
So they want to show it off because they also feel a little bit of victory.
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know.
Teams.
Because I just don't associate with any of that stuff.
We're so team-based. That's all we are. We're like way into that. But we need to figure out a way to get us all on the same team or like stop the teams from interacting, because it's like we have to figure something out.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. That's how would you stop the team? Well, teams can't not interact. Humans have to interact with each other.
I'm just saying, like, you can either like isolate everyone so that there's like communities that are super homogenous and they're just naturally communistic. There's no need for interference. Everyone's really nice to each other. Or we all need to be on the same tribe and just be really nice to each other.
That's all I try to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to be on the tribe.
I'm on team human.
I'm totally on your team as soon as we meet, and then I just treat you how you treat me.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm on team human. I mean, some things like.
But that's the fucked up thing, is the tooth for a tooth, eye for an eye.
Oh yeah. Did you ever take that?
You shouldn't do that. You should keep being nice to people.
No, do you ever take that? There's a game I think you.
But
can
then
play.
You get fucked up. And,
hang on.
Sorry.
You just keep talking.
Life is tough, Tom. So I'm gonna figure it out here.
There's a game you can play. I think I played it on Facebook, or the link came through Facebook, and it is learning how to. How is it worded? It was like learning how to handle like confrontation or something, and it was like, are you the person that's 1 for 1? Like you trust them until they betray you, and then you never trust them again. Do you give them a couple of tries? Do you like always like try to trick someone else? And it was like, and you kept playing this game where like, first off, you started off and like, it's like you play like a game where it's like, I'm gonna vote you get the coin. If you get a coin, or you get a coin and they get a coin if you both agree. But if one person disagrees or something, the other person disagrees, gets both coins, something to that effect.
Yep.
And like you play it just normally, and I found out that I'm a 2 strikes you're out person. Where it's like, all right, that may have just been you misclicked, something may have gone wrong, whenever. But you do it again, I will fucking murder you forever.
2 strikes.
Like that, and like that was a archetype of person, like a 2-strike person.
Yep.
And then there was like a.
Oh, I wonder what I am.
Always give up on, or always let's expect just the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Never trust anyone. Like trust someone once and then fucking they're dead to you. Like there was like different forms of that, and then they showed how that system works on a greater scale. So it was a big circle with different types of people.
Which one works the best?
I forget. It was not the one I am. It was the one next to that, where it was like.
One forgiveness.
I think it was one forgiveness or something. I think that's what it was. They showed it with different examples. And then you could play with it, where you could add different people to examples. You could be like one person of this type and 99 of these other types, and watch them all like interact and like the coins passing over. And then eventually you see it where it would end up where it was like, the circle was just one type of person.
Yeah.
And you could see how you could be like, oh, I see how this way of thinking is destructive and like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
It was really cool. I was a 2-strike person.
Yeah, I would love to be an Infinity Strike person, but there are monsters lurking in the depths that we can't discern from regular people. So I
don't
can't
actually
be an Infinity
think that.
Striker. What, you don't think 2 strikes?
No, I don't think that there are monsters.
You don't think sociopaths are real?
I think they're real, but I don't think they necessarily are, because they're not trying to hurt you.
No, but they
might,
will
though.
with no concept. They will with no fear of like guilt or anything. They will totally do it. I'm not saying that they all are horrible people, but they are very easily horrible.
They're more inclined,
people.
I guess.
Absolutely.
But I don't.
And so I'm just saying that those horrible people exist, and that ruins infinity retries for everyone.
No, right. So that was in this thing where it was showing like the person who is immediately going to accept everyone, and the person like you who's like this person's probably like you were probably the one strike person or something where it was like this person fucked me up, fuck this. Like this is the bad person. So one thing wrong happens, this is the bad person.
Yeah.
This person gets nothing.
Yeah.
Where I am more like, oh, that could have just been a bad day. You could have, in this situation, you could have misclicked. All right, whatever. And then like. There was one that was random, I think, and showed how like randomness and like not giving a shit and just being wild. It was a very fascinating. I'll see if I can figure out what it was.
Yeah, you should link that in the description. That's super interesting.
It was very fascinating to see like how different things work and how it all play together. And but yeah, like I very much am like, oh well, you never know.
What do we owe to each other? Good old The Good Place.
Oh yeah, The Good Place. God, what a fucking We'll bring it back to that show.
What a fantastical
as this whole
show.
tangent just was the start
That's
of
what
it.
it was about, man. It was about
The ethics of it.
What
But no, what do we owe to each other? I guess nothing.
That's
maybe something.
Disagree. I think in a world where we have empty houses and 40% of our food goes to waste, we should not have homeless and hungry people.
True.
And that's my platform, and I'm sticking to it. But I don't know how to run a tight belt budget on that platform, so I don't know. I'd be a terrible politician. I couldn't. I just don't know if I could. Well, yeah, I'll try. I don't know. I'd have to look into it a lot more. Because I'm wondering if there's an economically feasible way to do like just enough to take care of everybody, but like don't do anything else besides that.
I think a lot of that would involve you having to but
no, I don't want to do nothing besides that because I want art museums and stuff.
No, like it would have to have all that stuff. I think we theoretically have all the money. You just have to like shut down where all the money's going. You have to restart.
Gut the system first,
which is impossible because some things require money.
It's only like. The system is built so that you can add on to it, and it's not easy to gut the core
you can't
axioms of it. So, well, you can. I mean, you got rid of the no drinking amendment.
No, I'm saying like financially, like economically, like the money goes to this place. You can't be like, and no to you, and then like.
You can. It's just like hard to get that stuff done.
That's what I'm saying. It's really fucking hard to get that done. Exactly, because that's someone's job. You're gonna be like, on the government funding. I mean, fucking try to shut PBS down.
On the platform of like. We will redistribute this after we just sort of blank slate it. Like it'll only be having the plan in place before you shut everything down, so that the same day everything gets reset, like the new things start up.
Well, how long do you have to figure that out then? Like how long are you going to shut shit down for?
Like
a month?
Would it even be a month? I mean, we would just repurpose. You just no time. Just have the infrastructure of the other system in place. While you shut down the first system,
how long does it take to shut down the first system?
I don't know.
How long does it take to start up the second
system? This is the nitty gritty. Can I build my farm on this square of lot? You have to get down to the very on your hands and knees, looking at the pennies, counting coppers. Yeah. It's
like that sounds like a great thing, globally. But then you get down to a city level, and they're like, where do I get paid? Yep. I'm a state worker. How does this work for me?
Yep.
Do I just not get paid this month?
Can I not go on the bus? What's that?
Right,
What's
exactly.
That about?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't. So I guess I'd have
to
go.
Trickle it down, but then the process.
No. Okay, so it's not a total
trickle
gutting.
It off, I guess.
Total gutting is a terrible idea, but looking at everything individually and like picking out what you want.
What do you mean?
If you couldn't gut it entirely, because you'd be like, the buses we should keep, the education we should keep.
Yeah.
But then you'd be like, well, this is fucking bullshit, and cut whatever, I don't even know, because I'd probably end up looking through it and being like, well, those guys would miss this if we got rid of it, and I wouldn't cut anything, and I'd be the fucking progressives that spend us into the hole.
But how do you get to shutting off the government spending, or government military spending? Like, how do you even announce that? Where it's like, all right, the military aren't getting spending for this month.
All of that. I'm not saying they don't get any spending, but they shouldn't get like the 700 billion raise. Or
right,
whatever
but how do you establish that and then not have people going like, well, are the North Koreans going to invade now? Like, we have no money in the military. They don't.
I wouldn't have no money. We're still dicking on it.
People aren't going to know that. They're not going to understand that.
The charts are so intuitive.
I feel like a lot of people are very comfortable with the fact that we spend so much. I'm not myself included. I think it's also bullshit, but a lot of people are going to be comfortable with the idea that nothing can attack us because we're just spending so goddamn much.
Yeah. Fuck, I have to pee.
All right.
I'm filling my water too. I'll be right back.
Fill mine too.
Okay, you just tell them about the military-industrial complex.
I have no way.
Give him your reptilian theory, Tom. I know you have a great reptilian theory.
All I can do is recite Metal Gear.
just recite.
I don't know anything about
Metal Gear.
I don't know anything about military or Metal Gear.
War has changed.
Oh, yeah.
The land's full of cup.
Whoa.
Yeah.
this leg is super fucked. Should get a new one of these. They're hella expensive.
Oh, folding in tables?
Yeah, they're so expensive. Like $80.
$80 for this foldy table?
And that's when I last looked. They were, yeah, it's hella expensive.
It's a nice table.
It's not bad.
I feel like you can get cheap ones though at Walmart, cheaper than 80.
That's where I think we got this one.
Craigslist then.
Probably, yeah.
You'd have to look at it in person though, because I'm
Yeah,
sure everyone's
probably-
selling them in
yeah,
this
exact-
exact condition,
Yeah.
and it would not be worth getting
Yeah, no
if
one's
that was the case.
No one's
But
selling Craigslist. That's okay.
I don't know. I think it's possible to find the good deals. I think it's hard. I think it's hard as shit. But there's got to be some legit products out there.
The Facebook Marketplace blows my mind sometimes.
I'm upset that that's real.
Why?
It's
Just Craigslist.
I know it's just Craigslist, but like
you have an account.
These companies are trying to like conglomerize all the services.
Is that really that bad? I mean, who gives a shit about Craigslist? Most of the shit on there is just fucking porn ads.
Yeah, that's true. I just don't want monopolies, I guess. Like these like big tech monopolies are it's spooky if it gets out of control.
I don't know. I guess.
Eat the rich, Tom.
People need to stay in their lane, though.
Eat the rich. Who? What? Stay in their lane?
Do companies have to stay in their lane?
I don't know.
Like, while you were gone, I just found out Newsweek is posting stuff on Monster Hunter.
You know what? What the fuck do I know? Companies can do whatever they want. I mean, no, they can't. There has to be some limit on what they can control because they're just like amoral profit generators. And they will, because they, they're subject to the board of directors.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, but the board of directors just want income. They don't care what you're posting
That's
about
what I'm saying. They don't.
or what you're creating.
Right. Which means anything goes.
So
As long as they're not going to lose money because they get fined,
yeah,
they will push the boundaries of morality as far as they can in the quest for making money. They will pay you as little as they can to make their thing so that the bottom line is a little higher.
Fuck, I've never clicked on Newsweek until I just saw it. I mean, I only clicked on it because I was like, why the fuck are they writing about Monster Hunter? And if it's a good article, I might actually start using them in case they occasionally post something, so maybe you just need to jump out there and do a weird thing.
Yeah. I mean, here we are on the podcast.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Me and Ange were talking about doing one where we interview local significant, as significant as we can get. But, you could sort of build from it.
Local what?
Like significant people.
Oh, okay.
So, like, we know a councilman in Troy. Like, fun, like politicians, artists, and entrepreneurs was, like, the ideas we tossed out.
I see.
I just think it'd be fun. I don't know what we call it or anything, but just
expensive.
like journalism would be fun. No, of course.
Not even just the equipment, like literally just having it on the internet.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Surprisingly expensive.
I just want... I'm like interested in journalism because it's a way to get involved without needing to get elected or anything.
Just start writing.
Right.
We live in a day and age.
Well,
you can just start a
you
blog
can start
spot.
writing, but
Boom.
I'm interested in this local area because I feel like it's like there's an ingrained like inferiority complex to the New York City like down there. Like that's like our enemy because they like because nobody pays attention to anyone up here. This area, nobody like is like excited to move to Albany, New York. It's like just like known boring, is like how it's not New York City. So everyone's like, man, fuck that shit down there. We got Stewart's, man. And God bless him, Stewart's is the fucking
pretty
bomb
fucking lit.
diggity.
But like, I don't think I care that much.
No, I don't either. But I just feel like everyone who's upset. I go on a lot of upstate New York subreddits and like
what
Albany,
the
Troy.
fuck is your obsession with Reddit? You have a problem.
You don't know. You don't know. But that's where like I read articles. That's how I get into articles because it's an article sharing thing. If you go to the right subreddits, it's not like stupid pictures and memes. It's just a good way to share articles.
But everything should be stupid pictures and memes.
Fuck yeah, it should. No, but that's what I'm on the Troy subreddit because like there's a regular poster who posts from like the Troy Record and like interesting posts from there.
Okay.
And like that kind of thing. And just like and it's fun that you can see those kinds of like article posts. And right below it is like just a self post of a guy like, yo, you guys see that shirtless guy dancing and playing the flute on Green Island? That was fucking nuts. And it's just like the mix of like legitimate journalism and like weird, like people can just say anything on it. It's so great.
That's true.
So that's why I like that like very specific local touch. That's great.
Okay.
That's great to me. I like that you can go to your city's subreddit.
Well, I mean, isn't that the whole point of Reddit? You can go to your thing.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. And you can find the ones that give you just articles and,
but like you
political
can,
discussions that aren't shit or whatever. You can, if you dig around enough, there's really good
I'm not even talking about
subreddits.
like just your area, but like just your thing.
Yes, that's the thing. Just your
Yeah.
thing. And just my thing right now is like debates of right and left, and like I'm subscribing to debate communism, debate fascism, because it's so interesting that there really are fascist people who like
Really?
want to defend the idea. Absolutely.
Huh.
And it's they're just nationalists. They're just like really trying to separate themselves from the Nazis desperately.
I'd imagine.
They're like, how are we different from the You wouldn't believe.
It's like a desperate cause.
It's like they're like trying to figure out like how can we even be like public, man? I was so proud like seeing those Nazis in the street, man. They would get out there. You know, and they're like, I don't see any fascists out there anymore, man. They just label us and they hate on us. It's like because you're literally
Yeah.
fascist.
You're a fascist.
But it's insane, dude.
That's weird.
It's so weird.
Just honestly, I think with a subreddit like that, you should have to have your picture next to your post. I would just love to see what fascists look like, because I think I have an idea.
The Aryan race, Tom. They're all
No.
fucking super built.
No, they are not.
Blonde flowing hair. It's brutal. It's really bad. And yeah, you shouldn't go on debate fascism. It's kind of a dead sub.
Did you? I can imagine after in this day and age. Yeah. Did you? Are you familiar?
Debate communism is a little booming though.
Are you
That's
are you familiar with the brainlet meme?
Oh yeah, you know I'm familiar with the brainlet meme.
Good,
dude.
because I said it the other day with some people from college. I'm like, what? And I'm like, it's just a thing.
Fools.
But you know the image they use for brainlets?
I think so. It's like the deformed headed.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like it's the field. No. Yeah, the feels
the
face.
Wojak.
What?
His name is Wojak, I believe.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
He's a character.
So it's
Pepe
that-
the Frog and Wojak the Feels guy or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know he had a name.
Yeah.
It's his head like caved in, like someone hit him over the
Yes.
head, so he's an idiot now. There's one where they put a little SS hat on him, and there was green text going, "If you're not on pole, you will commie."
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's exactly those fucking idiots.
I sympathize with communists. I just don't see the system working.
I
I just don't see the system functioning at a level beyond a tribe of people who all intimately know each other. I don't see it. I don't see
Yeah, I guess so.
socialism transitioning. Like I don't see a state-controlled everything transitioning
No, it's
into a
impossible.
nothing-controlled
It's
everything. No
It's
one
the same,
willingly
it's the
lets
same
go.
tier that we have with the fucking gun thing. People are like, "Oh, worked in Australia." I'm like, "What?" But Australia's got a tiny population,
Yeah.
so it just kind of worked better because there's less people to.
And you can't
to fight.
you cannot get the guns out of the hands of these people.
No, you can't.
The guns are out there. It's too late. You're not going to take anything.
it's like
away.
we're
if
just
you
too
went
big.
door to door collecting,
You'd get shot.
fuck you. Would absolutely have a civil war in your hands.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
It just wouldn't work
just wouldn't work.
because no one wants to give it up.
What are you gonna do?
I fucking helped Dad-
we have to do something though because
Oh,
we have
we
mass
sure do.
shootings every week.
It's real bad. I helped Dad register his handguns the other day. He has 9 of them.
That's dank, dude. Handguns are
Why?
good shit. They're really cool.
I literally asked him. I was like, "Why? Like, how many of these are gonna like? You can't use all these for defense." He goes, "Yeah, it's like they have them." I'm like,
Nah, dude, you could strap them on, and so you don't have to reload. You just grab a new one. It's like
But,
the guy
like,
in
yeah, but like
that
how?
movie.
How,
You know.
When is that gonna? Yeah, I know. When are you gonna do that? When the fucking like
Reaper.
there's a house invasion? No. He's like, well, yeah. He's like, yeah. I got one at the nightstand, but like,
No,
I'm
I
like,
think it's
all right.
I think it's reasonable to be see, everyone like thinks this is a bad argument, but I don't really get. I don't know the specifics. I've never been in war,
True. Same.
but is the only thing standing between like us and a tyrannical overlord not like the point and click death that everyone has in their homes? I don't know. Isn't that important in keeping the government in check? Is that not like a principle that we were founded on?
Yeah, I guess
Everyone's
it
like,
is.
bro, tanks and stealth bombers, you're fucked. But so here's the thing: is
But
they
yeah.
wouldn't just turn the city to glass.
But-
They wouldn't just be
no.
like, you know what, New York, fuck you. They want to rule over somebody, so they're not going to glass every city. Also, Vietnam, pipe bombs, sticky bombs, just blow the treads off the tank. You can immobilize it at least. You know, there's things you can do. Sure, death from the sky will be a great challenge to your guerrilla
Well,
revolution.
see, it's hard to say that though, because drones weren't around in Vietnam.
No, but
A lot of death happens by just some dude in a fucking shipping container using an Xbox controller.
yeah. Have we wiped out the threat in the Middle East though? Is that over?
No.
No, it is not, Tom. But we have drones over there. We have we have like the $40 trillion military over there.
But the problem with that was that the threat that's currently there came up because we tried to get rid of the previous threat.
yes. So let's say in this scenario, the
So it just
government
creates more threats
The government is the
that we
threat,
fund.
and we start fighting them. I would say, for one, if the government gets to a point where people are like, all right, get the guns. We're not playing this game anymore. So many people working for the government would be like, yeah, you're right. I don't know, why are we even doing this? And they would also take up arms in opposition. So a lot of those drone operators with a very unique and stressful brand of PTSD will be like, I am tired of being your robot killing arm, government. Maybe not a lot, but like a couple. And that will, detract from the forces of the government if it comes down to people v government 1v1 IRL. In mid lane, both playing Rise. I don't know. I've never been in war. I've never been in a civil war, a guerrilla revolution.
I've never even witnessed conflict.
I've witnessed some fights. I've seen one real life planned out. We went out back and they fight, and that was great. And I've seen a couple of those.
Never happened.
But I've never seen guys shooting at each other. Shooting to kill. I've never been in armed conflict.
Yeah,
I've never been in a large scale conflict where it would be a government entity versus, either a government entity or its people. So I don't know how the specifics work, but I don't think that you could just stealth bomb everything and call that a win.
I don't know. Well, honestly, with that, I guess so. Yeah, not everyone would fight.
Yeah.
A lot of people would just, you saw that with the Revolutionary War, people being like, no, British are cool.
Yep.
So, obviously that would happen. There are people who'd be like,
right.
nah.
Not everyone fights. Some people,
government's
right.
chill.
Oh, definitely. They'd have forces. It'd be a fight. There'd be fighting.
There'd be a militia and stuff like that would happen.
Yep.
But, I don't know. How do they handle that militia in, what was it, Portland? Or not Portland, Oregon?
There was a militia?
The guys that took over a fucking, what was it? Like a rest stop or something. Remember that?
Huh.
A couple years ago?
That's insane.
Last year or something like that? Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It's maybe 12 dudes, bunch of guns.
Wow.
Over a spot.
12 dudes.
Something like that.
They're like, this is our country now.
I think so,
Maybe
literally.
we just cut the power and water off to
I don't remember the details. I remember them having, the reason it kind of fell apart is they were pleading for the outside for food.
Yeah.
And I was like, that doesn't work.
Nope.
That was a short-term goal you had.
Yeah, they didn't think that
But eventually
through.
that fell apart. But I don't believe the government even showed up. I think that they kind of tired themselves out.
I think
But then they were also a bunch of white dudes. So
on a more united front with more people,
I don't know the specifics.
there'd be, I think, a solid duke amount between the people and the government.
But how would
It would not be a totally one-sided thing.
So how much of the government?
But the tactics on each side would be completely different. Don't get me wrong.
How,
but I'm just thinking about it.
How much does the government have control over the internet?
I don't know.
Theoretically, none.
Yeah,
but they also theoretically all of it.
Yeah, I don't.
So,
what do you
how
mean
would you-
theoretically none, but also all?
So technically, they're not supposed to have any.
Yes.
But technically, they probably do.
Yeah.
So if a civil war started and it was humans versus government,
the communication would shut down.
how would we have communication? So you'd have to
or
have
would
it.
it? What I mean?
Would it? That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
But
if it did,
who are the ISPs siding with? Yeah.
So how do you communicate with each other to
if it
even
did,
have
what would we do?
organized militia?
I mean,
so would it just be small scale fights and they would just wipe them out one by one?
We figured it out before the internet for the American Revolution, and I wonder how it spread, just secret meetings.
Horsies.
Horsies and secret meetings is how we figured it out the first time. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if we could get organized enough
also,
to do it.
it wasn't like we were a bunch of guys on horsies fighting fucking an alien army with fucking invisible flying machines that could kill you at any moment.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a perfect parallel.
No, it's not a perfect parallel. I'm just wondering, what were their organization methods before they had...
But everyone
spying.
Everyone had those organization methods. Is my point. So it wasn't so they shut down the internet. We have no way of really communicating with each other. We got to do, actual physical, telegrams or something. But they could just start killing messengers, figuring out how that would go. Obviously that would just become a crazy job, and you have to do that. But I don't know, it'd be pretty nuts. That'd be a pretty cool fucking sci-fi book.
Yep.
Being the perspective of a messenger, having to take this message, but the messenger is one of the highest. Casualty jobs. It's most important.
Because you need to get the data. Well, why science fiction?
Because obviously, it'd take place now.
Oh, right now I see what you're saying. So that regular communication shut down. So you're like a revolution.
So it was a revolutionary runner, but towards a fucking massive government.
Yeah. Oh, that is a cool idea.
With a fucking drone, could be like the fucking messenger's right there and shoot him down without ever showing up.
That's
stuff like that.
dope.
So it's how to stay hidden, how to blend in plain sight.
That's really cool.
Yeah. That'd be kind of dope.
I have to bounce.
Do you actually?
Yeah, I was gonna. You know Eric Newell's?
Yes.
He's playing at the Schenectady Beer Garden, and I don't know how late it's going.
Oh, okay.
But I wanted to at least catch some of it because we've been like talking, and I wanted to
Word.
get out to it eventually. Do you want to go?
No, I'll probably work on this.
Yeah, it's fair because I'm not going to be there long. I don't think. I don't imagine it goes much later than 10. But that's what 15 minutes from here.
It's very very short. Yeah. Not even.
So I can
probably
hang
10.
out for a little bit, see a little bit of his set. I don't know, or whatever it is. It might be an open mic. I think they do an open mic there.
I've only been there once, and we didn't do anything there. We stayed for 10 seconds. I forget why we were there.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it was much. So yeah, I'm good to wrap.
All right. Need to plug anything?
Do I? Show's coming up. No specifics. I'll let you know next time. Probably. I think we're like stressing venue needs as we speak, and we're figuring it out.
That's
So I'll have
good.
dates and times.
Word. Is there anything else I want to say here? Watch The Good Place.
Yeah, definitely watch The Good Place.
Season 1's on Netflix.
Season
Season 2's a nightmare to find, so
Good luck.
good luck. Embrace piracy.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, but you're going to have to.
If you want to watch it. I think NBC has a service, though.
They do. We actually don't have access to it, though.
Well, get NBC. That's
if you
the
have
fair
basic
way to do
cable,
it.
yeah, just log into that. You can get it on NBC or buy it on Amazon. Those are the only two options. Because for some reason, it's just... Actually, it'll be on in September, I believe, on Netflix.
All right.
But don't wait. Just watch it immediately, because it's fantastic.
Love and Kisses?
Yeah, I guess so. You
You
come
have to
back
say it.
soon so
Why?
that we can actually talk about the fucking show. 'Cause he didn't.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the show. That's okay.
we just spiraled
We
off
talked
into
about like what
morality.
the show was about,
Yeah.
not what it's about.
Yeah. So we'll do that later.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Love and kisses.
Woo!